way down in the water.
I held his heartbeat in my hand.
Way down in the hole.
All that time he was gone, I only prayed for him.
Over there, I was a liberator. People lined up in the streets waiting for us.
Sometimes I actually miss it.
Yeah, me too.
Dee, the film is based on Hilary Jordan's novel. Tell me about how you found that book and you know, how this project began.
Totally. So the script came to me in 2015 from a producer named Cassian Elways, and so the original script was written by a writer named Virgil Williams. And you know, to the chagrin of my agent, usually I hate everything I read, but I love this script, and so that's what prompted me to go back and read Hilary's book and see what else I could mine from there. And so when I took this on, I really wanted to like rewrite the story and make it a story about two families. And the thing I was attracted to was this dark, symbiotic relationship about these two families that are tethered to each other and to the land. We have Hap and Henry, who both have this sense of disinheritance. You have the two women, Mary and Carrie, who we see are united not only by motherhood, but also by economic disempowerment. Their husbands try to tell them what to do with the family finances, and they're disobedient. And then we have these two sons who are linked together via trauma. They've both gone off to the war. They've both kind of stepped outside the bubble of this existence and have been asked to step back inside and are unable to do so. So it's like these one-on-one kind of relationships that attracted me in multiple points of view, and the idea of these unreliable like narrators, you know, that give us like each a different kind of part of the story.
You know, I grew up on a farm in northern Minnesota with my older brother and my father, and this story sort of deals a lot with, you know, the combination of that and the family trials of trying to have a successful farm, and, you know, the pain and the hardships that come with that. And so I thought, you know, I had a lot to sort of play off of with that. And I just thought, you know, I thought the role of Jamie was quite tortured, and also my grandparents were both in the war, and I had a lot of stories from my grandparents of coming back from the war, and one of my grandfathers was kind of in the realm of don't talk about it, and he was in World War II and stationed in the Philippines, and so I heard stories from him, and also another grandfather was in Germany, so I had a lot to draw from him. And we usually kind of bring our families into this as much as we can, or I do, especially when it's, you know, soldier. And I just really related to that, and I kind of, you know, within paying homage to them, ultimately, you know, I thought it was a beautiful script.
I really wanted to work with Dee. I'm a huge fan of her work. I saw Bessie and Pariah so many times, and I just love the way she just peels back all the layers, and you can just see deep into everything, and there's not a guess in your mind of what's really going on. And of course, this story being so relative to where we are today, how we are actually living today. And you've never seen the story of a free black man. So, yeah, I mean, it was very important to get involved. So, you know, to be a part of a vehicle that, or a mirror, something that would mirror our own, you know, society. So that's my reason for wanting to get involved.
Carrie?
Yeah, I thought it was a really fascinating period of history that I had never really thought about that much. War has historically been a catalyst for social change, and you know, some women got the vote after the First World War in the UK, and you know, this idea of black men going to fight and die for their country and then coming back to a society that hadn't changed at all and was equally disdainful and unaccepting was so bizarre to really think about. So that was really interesting. I also wanted to work with Dee. I wanted to be in whatever Dee was doing. I always want to be in whatever Dee's doing.
And she
forever. And I am. But it was, yeah, you know, seeing Pariah, seeing this just beautifully told, emotional, unsentimental, great story. I knew whatever she did next was going to be phenomenal, and I wanted to be in it, and then getting to work with these guys was just a dream.
For you, what does this film say about today, do you think?
Yeah, I just think it exposes like race as an economic construct, and exposes the fact that we're all interconnected, not just to each other, but to our history. Like there is no then, there is no will be, it's only now, you know, and I think that everything is now, and we can't dismiss, you know, our histories and say, oh, so-and-so is a product of their times. Like we are the times, and we kind of decide, you know, what kind of nation we're going to be. And I think a place to start is just interrogating our own personal history, and this film inspired me to do that. And I went back to my grandmother's journals and was able to like interrogate my own personal history and just kind of understand, like, you know, how everything is connected and how everything is always moving, and it's just this continuum. So.